Hello there, this is just one moment, please. What am I doing? I'm doing a I'm taking notes of a chapter in the Bible of. Let's see, one quick moment, please. Please, we see here. Just one moment, please. Page 15, New Testament writings. So today I am taking notes here at the Grand Ole Arkham Sanitarium Annex on the New Testament writings. Now these are the first four books in the installment on. Let's see here, what is it about? On the first four books, which is Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And I'm going to read and take notes as well. Hopefully this will relax you, but this is for the college that I'm currently attending, Lee University. This is going to be an installment in a series to keep up with the daily uploads, or weekly, because you currently cannot keep up with that rate. But one of the most prominent Christians of the second century was a man known as Justin Martyr. New Testament writings. The New Testament writings. That's rather funny. New Testament writings. Now, for this course, you're going to need a notebook and a standard introduction to the New Testament book by James Powell. This is a standard at around around $50. It's a low price for the college book, but it'll do well. Okay, so one of the most prominent Christians of the second century was a man also known to us as a Justin Martyr, i.e., Justin the Martyr. Justin produced a number of theological writings. Okay, so let's see here. Justin Martyr. Let's see here. Most known today for a single paragraph, which he provides an early description of Christian worship service. Today, to literature appeared in place preaching. Most of one's contemporary literature. Liturgies already appear to be in place: preaching, prayers, Eucharistic meals, even an offering. We want to pay special attention to one line in Justin's remarks: the memoirs, the apostles of the writings, the theological writings. No, this is for college. I don't take notes. This is for the class. I had to take notes. Like uh, every Thursday we have a quiz where it's about. Every Thursday we have a quiz where it's on what is it? So every Thursday we have a quiz where it's a reading quiz. So like if I have to read like 7 pages out of the book, so it's like it's going to be a hard class, but it's not going to be anything crazy like quantum physics. Um, I I don't want to sound pessimistic, but like I'm more than less likely I'm going to fail this. I have belief that I'll fail this class, but we're going to definitely shoot our shot though because we gotta pass this. So That's mainly it, yeah. Most of the elements of contemporary literature appear in the plays preaching, prayers, Eucharistic meal, even an offering, theological writings. To pay special attention to one line, Justin's remarks, the memoirs, the apostles, the writings, the prophets are read. As long as time permits, what does he mean by the memoirs of the apostles? He is referring to writings now found in the Christian New Testament, specifically the four Gospels. The writings are being read publicly in worship alongside the writings of prophets. That is, the Jewish scriptures contain what Christians now call the Old Testament. Writings of the prophets, would that be considered? This may take longer than I thought. What time is it? Okay. Let's lower the battery just a little bit. Okay, there we go. How many pages do we have? It's a good question. Okay, I may just take a look at the other PDF document real quick. Taking notes from this book is going to take a really long time, so thankfully my professor sent me a PDF document on it's how many pages is this? One quick moment. So I have the second edition. It's revised and it's more expanded, but this would be potentially too big. So we are going to fold the page in here to as a book. No, we are going to take a deeper look in the Introduction to the New Testament in chapter 2 of the first edition. Good evening, Garrison. How are you doing today? Let's see here. Okay, Justin produced a number of theological writings, but he's perhaps the best known for a single paragraph in which he provides an early description of a Christian worship service. You want to pay special attention to one line in Justin remarks, the memoirs, the apostles. Anyway, so in this PDF, they're highlighted with important notes. Give me one quick moment. That's my dog. So let's continue. Single paragraph. He is best known. I don't fucking know. Best known for a paragraph. He describes a Christian worship service, so that's what it would be. That's where he describes a Christian worship service. At least that's what it is. Worship. This book is just simply too big, and I want to save time by doing this because I want to play some Xbox a little bit. But school comes first because I can always play Xbox in another time. Okay. The memoirs of the apostles are written, and the prophets are read as long as time permits. What does he mean by memoirs of the apostles? He's referring to the writings now found in the Christian New Testament, specifically the four Gospels. These writings being read publicly and in worship alongside the writings of the prophets. That is, the Jewish scriptures contain what Christians now call the Old Testament. Let's take a quick look. Okay. Luke the longest, and John the shortest. Gospel is the book of Acts, the letters from the Paul to the church. Oof, this is going to take a little bit. Okay, this has a lot of pages, so if we have to split this up into parts of today and parts of earlier tomorrow morning, then we shall. But we're going to do this all in one go, and this may take a couple of hours, but that's okay. This video is more than 30 minutes long. It means more runtime for me and more runtime for my channel, meaning more views and more ASMR content for you guys, so it's all good. But it's most important is if I read this. Okay. The early Christians. Okay, so early Christians believed the Jewish scriptures. God's covenant with Israel. So provided a record of God's covenant with Israel. So sort of a thing with history. God's covenant. That's the best we do. Okay, but Christians also believe that God has done something new in Jesus Christ, that they found language to describe this in Jeremiah 31, 34, where the prophet speaks of God making a new covenant. So the new covenant is referring to Jesus Christ, I guess. It's hot. Let me turn on the air conditioning real quick. See if we have any questions real quick. I'm on Zoom for class and watching this at the same time. Good Lord, Garrison. Jesus. Pay attention. Excuse my language. Pay attention to your damn class, dude. For crying out loud. You can shit. While I read it. Don't watch this at the same time. Here's what you do. Just leave this on an open tab. Don't even pay attention. Leave this on an open tab. Don't even pay attention. Pay attention to your class, dude. That class is more important than my YouTube channel. I'm doing this at the same time so I can keep on uploading. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's continue. So, God, I feel like I'm going to fail this test. He's doing cinema. I'm going to do a freaking forestry. Eventually, Christians decided that the apostolic writings testifying this new covenant shall thus be counted as scripture, and seem natural to call these works the New Covenant writings or simply the New Testament. Yeah, we're going to footnote that real quick. Let's put a little bit of space between that. So, Christians decided apostolic writings would be okay. writings. Testifying of the new covenant. Yeah, we're just gonna pretend that's not recording actually. Okay. Apostolic writings, testifying of this. Recording the new covenant. So the new covenant is Jesus Christ. New covenant. Be counted as scripture. Should. As scripture. Counted as scripture. Scripture. Put in the New Testament, yeah. New Testament or the New Covenant writings, but just the New Testament. God, if I fail this class, that's gonna be the biggest embarrassment of my life because it's just the Bible and it's nothing like freaking math. That'd be something totally different. But that's really it, though. Because aside from that, you know what, Garrison? You are going to be as a moderator now. Moderator of the channel. You can moderate the chats if you want, but that's really it. It's because I trust you and you're my cousin. Or simply the New Testament. Okay. So, wait, which page is this? Hey, Jesus Christ. Catholic, a word meaning general, universal. Overview of the New Testament. We should begin by looking at a basic table of contents in the New Testament. There are 27 different books, ranging the length from Gospel of Luke, the longest. The third, John 3, the shortest. Books are arranged into 7 categories. Seven categories. Okay. All right. This is going to be a lot of notes. Yeah. This is going to be covered till October, whatever. Testament. Oh my blessed America! Are you serious, dude? Give me one moment. So over in the New Testament. I need to take good notes because I don't take good notes. This is an opportunity for a free class. A class like this would cost like $1,000 at Lee University. What? Some other Christian college. And if I feel like just join the Coast Guard if I want to. All right, an overview of the New Testament. I don't want to keep on getting that one viewer. I think. Yeah, PDF. Archiveship in the 2nd century. Boy. From Jesus to us. Okay, can we put this on a... God, do we have to take notes? I swear, do we have to take notes? I don't want to compromise, but we'll make them light. We're going to call them light notes, like light mayonnaise. Tell you what, for 4 pages, that's a lot of reading. Okay, $27. This may be on the test. 20. Set. Oh my blessed. $7. 27 different books. Ah, fucking. Let's see here. With Luke. The longest. And John 3 being the shortest. John 3, okay. And then. John 3 being the shortest. Okay, the books are arranged into 7 categories. Okay, there are 4 of these. Screw it. Let's see here. There are 4 of these: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and they are named the individuals who traditionally have been identified as their authors. All 4 report on the life, ministry, death, and resurrection of Jesus. Thus, they provide 4 different versions of the same basic story. There's a good deal of overlap in their content. Okay, everyone write that down. Cover life and works of Jesus. Works. Death and resurrection. There. And resurrection. Okay. 4 different versions. Okay. 4. Four different 4 different versions covering same story. Yeah, I know there's overlap. Covering same story. I know that they're identified as their authors, but aside from that, there's the Gospels. The Book of Acts. Book of Acts, Part 2, the Gospel of Luke, but has been put into its own section of the New Testament following the 4 Gospels because it's book based on the history of the early church. If it's okay, so the Book of Acts. I don't know. All right, so it's one section because it covers history of what happens happens in the early church and after the Gospels. There you go. History of after the Gospels. That second edition was a bad idea. My parents are knuckleheads. I don't even understand how they can mess that up. Jeez. Edition, not the second edition. It's be overly complicated now. Whatever. It's too late to worry about that. Okay. Letters from Paul to the churches. I guess I'm gonna write these down. Okay, so Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Lauren. Okay. Oof, we're about to tight, baby, tight. I'm not going to write Acts down because it's obvious. It's in there. It's in the book of Acts. As a matter of fact, there, it's an A. Oh. God, my hands are weird. The book of Acts. And, yeah, it's going to take a little bit. 327. Oh, yeah. Actually, let me take it. It seems to be all right now, but... Letters from Paul to churches. Okay. Yes. I won't look, just I'll have to write it down. Oh, my blessed America. Can you please stop barking like a dumbass? As a matter of fact, come on. Or you're going to ruin my ASMR video. You guys do that every single day. Shut up. Be quiet. I don't care. Okay, thank you. Okay. Damn it, now I lost my pen. Stop! Shut the fuck up! God damn it. Why the fuck are you being so needy? Okay, so Corinthians. All right, Galatians, Ephesians. All right, Philippines and whatever. Philippians, Colossians. It's Colossians, Thessalonians. My name is Scipius Antonius. Oh, my blessed America. And anyway, yep. There's from Paul's to churches. Explains itself. Back to the Hebrews. It's an anonymous work. We do not know who wrote it and who was sent, but since it appears to have been written by the Jewish Christians, later to the Hebrews. Okay. Two. It's like, what's the book about? Hebrews. Oh, that's it. Yeah, very much. Oh, cool. Letters by other people. James, Peter, and John, and Jude. That's cool. I'm not fucking. I'm not doing that. Book of I already know about that. 2 warnings. Maybe you've signed regarding first impressions of these New Testament books. There's books that are arranged in chronological order. They take just one example. Gospels come first in the New Testament, but they were not the first books written. Oh, 4 of them probably were written after the death of Paul, as they must be later chronologically than any letters that Paul wrote. Second, the titles that these books not bear reflect ancient church traditions that often do not hold up to scrutiny. The first book in the Gospel according to Matthew, or just Matthew for short, but the Bible itself does not say that Matthew wrote this book. We don't think that he did. We continue to call the Christian theologian Justin. What the heck? No. We continue to call this book the Gospel of Matthew, the second edition, but that should not affect our perception of those who wrote it. Likewise, we have books in our new called the first letter of John, the second letter of John, the third letter of John, and Lord. But the books in themselves are now anonymous and couldn't have been written in any order. They are numbered in our Bibles from longest to shortest. Yeah. Development of the canon. Authors in Testament books did not know that they were writing scripture. Our current books in the Bible, the New Testament would ever exist, much less their writings would be a part of it. Nevertheless, his writings owe their prominence and influence with the fact that they came to be included in the corpus. What if Paul's letter to the Romans had simply come down to us, an independent writing, a document from antiquity, presenting the thoughts of a Christian humanitarian at the height of his career? It would no doubt be an interesting work, one that scholars and historians would refer to now and then, but elderly men and women would not be regarding in our nursing homes. Business professionals would not gather weekly to read it and then pray over breakfast, and teenagers would not memorize passages from summer camps, nor would it have been likely to have inspired hundreds of paintings, thousands of hymns, and millions of wait, so where does it leave off? Oh, wait, this is interesting. It jumps off somewhere. Where does it pick back up? And millions of sermons. The impact of the significance of these writings owed in larger part inclusion in the Christian canon. Canon means rule or standard. It's used by religious groups to refer to books that are officially accepted as scripture. In the early years, Christians simply gathered together writings that they found to be helpful and share them with each other. Paul encouraged the churches which he wrote letters to exchange those letters with each other. Yeah, that's not going to do it. That's not going to do it at all. I see. We're just going to mark this one right here. Paul encouraged the churches. The churches to which he wrote letters to exchange those letters. Which wrote letters to okay. To which wrote letters to exchange those letters. To question. Shoot, if it's 30 minutes, I guess you can have a book open. I mean, I don't think it says anything about that in the syllabus. But at the same time, it's important if I take notes, stuff like that. Because if I didn't take notes, then I couldn't pass this class. So that would be really bad. All right. Let's continue taking notes. Will you stop? Oh, my blessed America. Crap, now I gotta end the video.